My name is Austin, and this is Megamorphs 2. I'm here with Jenna,
Oh snap!
and we get to see what's going on with our newest character, Dylan. And we're gonna dive into it. So, Dylan, you race through the woods towards where this thing might have crashed. You hear shouts from Cameron as he follows behind you, trying to get you to stop. Wait, Dylan, hold on. After about 20 minutes of running through the trees, and like you just see like the trees darting past you as you're running, and you come to this twisted hunk of metal that had to be a spaceship, and it's just lying on the forest floor. There's fires and pieces of the ship hanging off. Trees have been felled by the crash, and but yeah, all of this twisted hunk of metal and burning flames is a spaceship right in front of you.
Has Cameron caught up to me yet?
Yeah, just about this time you're fast. Whew. And he like looks around and he says, "What the hell?"
Do you think someone's hurt in there?
I hope not. We should get some help.
But if we have to check. If they're hurt, they might not be okay. You go get help. I'll go check.
He like looks over his shoulder and he says, "I don't want to just leave you here. Yeah, all right, I'll just help you."
Okay. And Dylan goes toward the wreckage.
Cameron, he'll kind of walk up to you, but he give me an investigation check.
Okay.
So with a 7, Cameron's like, he's looking around with you, but he's not giving his full attention. So that's pretty much what you get with a 7. But yeah, you're looking around, and it's, as you get closer, like the heat hits your face and it like kind of makes you wince a little bit. You look around and there's pieces that just boom, like as you move closer, like they'll just fall off. It's you find like devices and like metals that shimmer, and it looks so foreign. It's like hard to figure out what they do or anything. But yeah, as you're kind of like looking through the debris a little bit more, your foot kicks this bag and it causes the bag to fall over and some of the contents fall out. Among these, there's this box that's the sides of the box are a little bit bigger, like a little bit bigger than the palm of your hand, and it's just navy blue. Doesn't look like it has any kind of buttons, anything like that. Just a box.
Dylan's definitely going to pick that up.
Yeah, you pick it up. Look over. It's a cube. If you want to give me another investigation check as you like look through it.
Okay.
Yeah, with a 13, you like kind of flip the box over, and just as you're moving it around looking at it, you feel one of like the sides compress and like press in, and then the box starts to glow like a vibrant light blue.
What the hell?
Cameron hears you say that, kind of looks over his shoulder, and you see his eyes kind of go wide, and he starts to walk over to you. What's that thing?
I don't know. It came out of this bag, and Dylan's gonna sort of walk a little closer to the wreckage and say, "Hello? Is there anybody here? Is anybody okay?"
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
You, as you are like listening for a response from inside this wreckage, Cameron's like, hey, can I see that? And he like reaches for the box. I will say, as he reaches for it, his hands like grab onto it too. Do you like pull away? Do you try to keep it, or do you just let him grab it?
I think Dylan's gonna try and hold on to it.
Okay, so you hold on to it. He grabs it, and as you feel him try to pull it with a little heft, like a little bit more than like just a friend trying to check something out that you got. But as both of your hands are on it, it glows a little bit brighter. And Dylan, you feel like a sense of relief and warmth and just a happy feeling as the tips of your fingers tingle. And then it goes away. And Cameron kind of eases up and like looks at you for a second as that happens.
Dylan is absolutely gonna look at her palm and make sure that there's not like any like needle marks or anything.
Yeah, you.
She's gonna be like, "That felt amazing. That's terrible."
Cameron looks confused at that. What? But you look at your palms, no needle marks. Your hand looks fine.
What the hell was that?
I don't. I don't know. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to make a roll for Cameron here. When he's saying this is weird and he doesn't know what you're talking, like he's trying to beat around the bush. Cameron knows what's up. Like he's definitely felt what you felt. He's trying to hide that from you.
I think Dylan is. She's not gonna let that pass. She's gonna remember that and probably bring it up later. But she's gonna say, "Whatever, dude. Let's just see if anybody's in here."
And you go back to looking, but you do hear some kind of like grunts coming from the distance. Like they're like echoing off trees and everything. Cameron hears that as well. At the same time, in this wreckage, you do hear a shuffling of like metal and stuff, and it's not just something falling. It sounds like something's being pushed around. Cameron looks back to you and he says, "Maybe you're right. Maybe I should get some help." And he says, "I'll be back. Just maybe hide or something." And he just takes off.
Hide? What? Okay. And Dylan's gonna go toward the shuffling metal sound.
Okay.
The whole time going, "This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid."
And as you're chanting that to yourself, you see this metal plate that's on the side of like this ship. It's bent and it just drops down to the ground a little bit and kind of flattens, and then the shuffling stops. But this is where you heard that sound.
Dylan's gonna kind of pull their sleeves over their hands and try to push this metal away.
All right, good thing you did, because you do feel that it's heated, it's hot. You can give me a strength check. To actually do this, though, you will take a little bit of heat, like fire damage, but...
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, with an 11. So you will take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And you like get the slab and start to push it, and like the way it's positioned, like on the ground, you do manage to slide it some, but not enough to like fully get behind it. You do slide it enough to see like about a foot, and you see a slender arm just fall out with a periwinkle fur. And the hand ends in 7 fingers. There's deep cuts in this arm, and blood starts to leak out of the wound, but the arm moves and tries to dig into the ground and pull. And you hear in your head, a groan of pain, and you see like just the rest of the arm come out, and it's like up to the shoulder now. And then the arm kind of falls limp.
Dylan is absolutely going to stumble back and be like, what the fuck?
You don't hear anything else after that, just the sound of the crackling flames.
All right. Is the arm actively moving?
So it dropped kind of limp, but you do see like the fingers, just the fingers trying to dig into the ground and pull itself.
Okay. Dylan's gonna crouch down and say, do you need help? Can you understand me? Do you need help?
You hear a faint, soft voice in your head. Help me.
Oh, I do not like that. Okay. What can you see from your side? Can I move anything?
This metal slab pins me. If I push with you, maybe we can move it.
Okay. And you're not gonna kill me if I let you out?
No.
Okay. Okay. And Dylan's gonna put her sleeves back over and... On 3?
Yes.
You know... Okay.
Your Earth numbers. We will use those.
Yeah. Alright, get ready. And she's gonna kind of try and brace herself as much as possible. 1, 2, 3.
And you do have advantage on that either way, but 20, you managed to push this slab along the ground a little bit more, and you do hear some pain, but in your head from this being, but you do manage to slide this slab more out of the way, revealing more of the body of this creature. You see now, as you see what the shoulder connects to. You see a head covered in the same color fur, just knelt down, facing towards the ground. A tuft of hair hangs in front of the face, but it's soaked in blood. Atop the head, there's 2 stalks, but they both hang just like the hair does. And you slowly see one of the stalks lift up, and on the end of it is a green eye, and it seems confused. And then the head raises, and as the eyes of this face now see you in front, like behind this swoop of matted, bloody hair, you look into the 2 bigger green eyes on the front of this face as the other stalk eye starts to scan around. The face has 3 slits in it for a nose with no mouth, covered in this periwinkle fur as well. And she looks at you and reaches her 7-fingered hand out and says, "Please."
Okay. Please don't be a bad alien. Please, because I'm assuming you're an alien. Please don't be a bad alien. And Dylan's gonna grab her arm.
And as you touch her, you watch as your hand grabs her forearm, and as your all's wrists lock, and you're gonna pull, try to pull her out. You can't help but feel your fingers run across her fur, and as you watch your hand grab and grab a hold, you feel that tingle in your fingers again. And for just a second, this causes this being to go slack. And then she kind of looks back up at you. and another confusion comes across her main eyes now. And she says, "What? How?" The creature notices the box that's on the ground, and all three eyes are staring at it. And then she kind of looks back to you. The Escoville device. It is active. And as she has like one hand like gripped with yours, and you're about to help her like pull out, you see her wince as she reaches her other hand out and touches the box that's on the ground. And she says, "Please, place your other hand on the box, please."
What does it do?
"It will allow me to get out of here."
Okay. And Dylan does it, like, very tentatively.
So as you all are kind of forming a daisy chain, it's like one arm is linked with this creature. She has a hand on the box, and then you put a hand on the box. The box glows. You feel that feeling again in your fingers. And then as the dullness goes down, you feel that the tingle where you are gripped with this alien. And then you go slack, and you're back in the field that you dreamt about this morning, laughing, spinning. It feels blissful, and there's no other worries. And then you're back, the fire crackling around you, more metal falling to the ground, and what you see in front of you is the most shocking thing you've seen tonight. The creature's bottom half of her face starts to bubble and then split into a mouth. And as she, like, you see a tongue poke out and teeth start to form inside. And she's just, like, playing with her mouth. The eyes wobble and seem to, like, drip into themselves as they grow smaller, and the shade of green slightly changes. The creature's arm thickens up, but just slightly, as the fur begins to recede into the skin, revealing a pale complexion. The arms let go of yours, and they start to pull the rest of the body out as the body shrinks. And the creature's able to pull the lower part of its torso out, and while it's still shrinking, you can see that it looks like a horse's torso, 4 legs ending in hooves, connected to like the human upper half of a human, kind of like a centaur. There looks like there was a tail, but it's been absorbed into the back of the centaur end of the creature. But even that part is changing, as slowly the whole back half of this creature is pushed into the rest of his body with cracks and slooshes and grinding. You watch as the front hooves sprout toes and a heel and turn into a foot. The creature begins to stand, and the periwinkle hair that hangs from the middle in its face, bloody and matty, and the now non-existent stalk eyes have slurped into the head, but the hair that's hanging down in front of its face darkens until it's black. And she moves it out of her face, and you stare into your very own green eyes, your very own face. A copy, a clone of yourself, now stands face to face with you.
Dylan's gonna pull away and is gonna yell, "What the fuck was in that box?"
With your voice, the creature says, "That box allows you to change into any animal or any creature that you can touch, any DNA that you can absorb. You can store in your body, save it for later, and change into the animal." And like as that sets in your head, And as you start to think about that and think about what just happened, this being turning from a centaur, four-legged, some kind of tail, stalk eyes, no mouth, turn into you think about that change. And it makes you sick. Like, you can feel it. You're so sick, your organs are like, you feel like you just want to throw them up. But then you realize that's your organs moving inside you. And as you are focused on watching that change and thinking about that change, what does your change look like?
So first, I think that Dylan's mouth sort of starts to press into a thin line. And then she can feel something protruding from the top of her head, and she's a little worried about that. And the next thing she feels is the chink, 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 chink of extra vertebrae just elongating. And I think at that point she sort of falls to all fours as it slowly becomes all sixes. And then small tufts of this lavender hair, this really pale purple hair, just sort of starts sprouting all over her arms as her mouth just melts away from her face. And her hair shifts to being from just one side shaved to now everything is sort of up in the top on the middle and flowing down over her face. And Dylan starts screaming, "What is happening? What is happening?" But she's not screaming anymore. Not with her mouth. She's thinking it. She's thinking she's screaming. So she doesn't know if she's actually screaming or not.
You notice a look of realization in this creature's eyes as you scream in your head. She continues to watch.
And then shink, 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 more vertebrae happen as this tail sprouts from this horse-like body. I have a tail. I have a tail. Why do I have a tail?
Because I have a tail.
I don't like it. And as the all four legs and two arms sort of grow out to their full extension, Dylan stands up and looks at herself.
Yeah.
At her new body, I should say.
Yeah, you see like one of these metal slabs is still shimmering enough to where you can kind of take your reflection in. And you see the end of the tail kind of move up by your head. Do you want to tell them what this blade looks like on the end of the tail?
Absolutely, I do.
And you also have access to this morph sheet now underneath your character sheet.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so this tail blade it's sort of curved, incredibly sharp, but along the back edge of it there are these razor sharp sort of serrations that point backward that they look kind of like the teeth of a saw, but if the teeth of a saw looked angry, genuinely angry.
Hell yeah. In your voice, you hear come from this being standing next to you as you take this in this metal slab. She says, "You have taken my form as well, so I guess we are even." Nah, even.
No, that's not even. I don't call that even. How do I be me? I don't want to be you. I want to be me.
So you do notice, like, you, as part of this change, your clothes have, you changed in such a way that it didn't rip too much. Like, your front hooves still have your kind of pants on them, and, like, you still have, your, I don't know, is that called a crop top or a belly shirt? What do you call that?
It's a crop top.
Yeah, you have your crop top
sweater.
It's still on. It still fits. It's just a little higher up than it was before. But she says, in order to be yourself, you just must think of yourself again. Think of the change. Concentrate.
All right. Dylan is very distracted right now, but is going to attempt to think of themselves.
And as you take that in, you think about yourself changing from this form back to the other. Give me a concentration check, which is just a constitution check.
Okay.
Almost immediately, the changes happen, and you feel them happen. And you start to change back, and you can. It's your first time here describing Morse. If you want to describe the reverse, you can as well. If you want to say you just turn back, you can as well. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think it happens really similarly to the way that this being changed into Dylan, because that's how she saw it happen, so that's how she thinks that it has to happen.
Nice. Yeah, and after a minute, you're back. You might have to readjust your clothes, but you're standing in front of a copy of yourself. And as you both stand there for a second, you hear more grunts, and then part of like this ship, a big chunk of it just moves out of the way, and it kind of reveals your cover from where you guys were kind of back in behind this ship. And for the third time tonight, you're seeing something that you've never seen before. A 7-foot tall lizard-like creature with a long snake-like neck. It has 3 blades jutting from the front of its, on the top of its head. A tail slinks around, 2 blades sticking off of it. It has Tyrannosaurus-like feet with blades sticking out of its ankles and knees, and its arms also have blades on its elbows and on its wrists, and it has claws, and it humans. You hear that. What do you do?
Does it look like there's a clear exit?
Yeah, you can probably run into the woods more behind you.
Yeah. Immediately Dylan's like, yeah, no, and starts running.
You see your clone grab the box, the little blue box, and take off with you. This beast, gosh nash! It boom, 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 starts to run after you, and you see, like, as you look back, you see another one drop out of a tree and is also running towards you. And then you, like, kind of look up and notice one jumping from tree to tree chasing you. 3 of these creatures, they all have these red sashes hanging from their across their chests. We're going to go into a skills challenge. So,
oh boy.
As you're running through the forest, your goal is to escape the Hork-Bajir. I've put a note here that if you were in an Andalite form, it's easier to stand out, but since you're back in your human form, stealth will the DC will decrease for stealth because you won't stand out. Other than that, you're by yourself, so we're just gonna you tell me what you want to do to avoid them, and then I will give you a new challenge in front of that, and then we just go back. You roll a skill, see if you pass, and if you do, you describe how you overcome the obstacle. Sound good?
Cool.
All right.
Dylan is going to bank hard left.
Okay.
And try and run perpendicular to where these things are already running.
All right. Do you want athletics for that? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Or you bank hard left, and you do see the one in the tree. He does manage to, like, grab onto one of the trunks and kind of swing around and kind of stay on your tail. But another one just does boom, run into a tree and is, like, dazed for a second. The other one you did slow him down. He's not, like, right on your ass now or anything. But yeah, so that is a success. I will say that the one that has that you didn't lose quite as well, he does gain a little bit, and he's probably the most prominent threat to you right now. But yeah, so you seem to have got one off your tail, at least for now. So
Dylan is going to scan for like any sort of cover.
okay. Yeah, go ahead. Perception. As you kind of look through these trees, you notice, you know that they get thicker and thicker, but there's also like an outcropping of like stones and rocks that lead to the mountains that are little ways north. There may be some more cover that way. So,
Yeah, she's gonna head that way.
and as you start to get to these rocks, it makes it harder for the one in the tree to follow you. You've watched this thing chase you for a little bit now, for a couple of seconds at least, and you see it's way faster in the trees than its counterpart is on the ground. But once you get to these rocks, it slows it up a little bit, and it seems it's having more trouble keeping track of you and your clone.
Okay, I think this whole time Dylan is thinking, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?" As she just like is running as fast as well, as carefully as possible over these rocks.
Okay. What skill did you have in mind?
Probably still athletics.
Okay, go for it. With a 12, you keep your pace, but as the rocks, like, it gets more rockier, like as the further you get closer to the mountain, you do trip up, and you keep your footing, but the clone that's with you is having a little bit of trouble running on two legs, and she kind of stumbles to her knees. And this Hork-Bajir, oh shit, you don't know what they're called. This creature that's chasing you does catch up to her and is like standing over her, looking down. And that is a failure. But it's your first failure.
Oh no. About how long did it take the first time to change?
It took you about a minute.
About a
Something
minute?
like that, yeah. It was like a process to it.
Yeah. And Dylan does not think that they have enough time right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy. She's going to look around for anything that she can find to defend herself and New Dylan.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Yeah, you find a stick that is kind of jutting out of the ground that looks like it may have been blown off in a storm or something, but it is pretty jagged at the end. I mean, that's probably the best thing around for you to use as a weapon. That's unprofessional of me.
Oh no. Oh man. Yeah, so she's gonna grab this stick and sort of try to be shifty about it, like not let the big giant creature thingy know what she's doing.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check with advantage, and I'll kind of tell you why right after this. Like, as you're kind of like, standing there with this stick back and forth. Oh, a 9. As you're doing this, the other new alien creature looks down at you, and you see like its beak kind of spread to, like, the edges of it kind of spread into a smile, and it shifts its gaze towards you. And as it like hovers over you, you hear some roar behind you, and as you like look over your shoulder, you see just this big white furry polar bear up on all fours, kind of behind you with its paws up in the air, and it and this new creature kind of tangle up, and you're like in between them, like underneath them, as their arms kind of hit to each other. So You have 2 failures and 2 successes at the moment. What do you want to do next?
Yeah, Dylan's gonna try and dip out from between them and grab other Dylan.
Okay. You can do athletics again now if you want because you're back in.
Okay.
Yeah, you grab other Dylan and take off as this bear wrestles around with this this bladed creature. But there is that last one that was still on the ground with you. And you see him, he's about 50 to 60 feet away, but he is still trying to make his way towards you. So, yeah, you guys are just sprinting, and he is faster than you, so he's gaining on you, but he's a ways away, so what now?
Dylan is going to turn to new Dylan and say, "You keep running, and as soon as you can, change."
She nods.
I think that blade will be helpful.
Yes, I agree.
And she's gonna turn and wield that stick like a bat.
Okay, and you see as other Dylan runs, her mouth slowly starts to meld together. Yeah, and so here's what if you want to roll a stealth to like hide and get ready to swing this thing and surprise it, I'll give you advantage on your attack if you successfully pass the stealth check.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You duck behind the tree and just wind up. Get ready for this boy.
So excited.
So he's like, he still sees other Dylan running. So he as you hide behind the tree, he's still taking off, but he's running right in your line of view. To swing that stick, it'll just be strength. Yeah, D20 plus your strength modifier.
Okay. No.
You, what? And it just hits this thing like right in its stomach, and it just looks over at you as you like connect with it. And so you technically you passed this skills challenge. But with that attack, this alien's right there in front of you. So I'm going to kind of let you decide how you want to take care of this now. But you have passed the skills challenge. You escaped most of them.
Feeling that stick just kind of stop, Dylan's going to like drop it right out of her hands and hold her hands up and go, "Oh, no," and start backing away and then just take off.
Okay. Give me, so as you back away, he's gonna swing with his claws at you. So that will be. Let's see what happens. Where's my monsters at? Here we go. As a 23 hit trace.
Oh no.
5 piercing damage as like this claw digs into like the side of your arm, but you do manage to back away enough and take off. And you're deeper into the outcroppings now. You see like there are rocks like that have fallen from the mountain and are like making stacks. There's places you can get in them. You know that there's caves somewhere along this route. You know if you try to go deeper into town, if you can manage to stay away from him long enough, you can get to buildings or go deeper into the wilderness. What do you...
Yeah, Dylan's not going to try and direct these things toward town. She's absolutely scanning for caves.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay.
17. As you look around, you noticed it's kind of up. You would have to like rock climb just a little bit to get up there, but there's like an opening in like the side as you're like closer to this actual mountain peak now. There is like you can find a cave. You're just gonna have to climb a little bit to get there.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna do that.
All right. Yeah, just give me an athletics check just as you get to the side of this mountain and begin to climb up the rocks. It's slow going. You don't fall, but it is kind of slow going as you climb up. This creature has caught up to you about midway through the climb, but he doesn't seem to climb rocks as well as he does trees. So I'll say you get to like the peak of this, where the cave is, you pull yourself up onto the ledge. He's still on his way up, but you can like go into the cave and see what's next.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna slip into that cave.
All right, you slip into the cave. It's dark in here as you get deeper and deeper in. It's already night outside, so there's not even much moonlight shining in. You get into the cave. There is like, it splits off a little bit, and you can't see like deeper into the cave. Like, you're as far as the light will like lead into, where if you just keep walking, you're just going to go into darkness.
She's gonna feel around for the side of the cave and sort of take really slow tentative steps in, feeling for like a smaller passage.
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation check with disadvantage as you're like running your hand along the wall. You find some cracks not big enough for you to get in, and like if you go to the right, like where this thing kind of splits a little bit, and you go to the right, you end up finding like the dead end about 20 feet, like 20 more feet in.
Okay. Then she's gonna go left.
All right, yeah, you get back around and you start to go and feel on the left side. Go ahead and give me another investigation check with disadvantage. As you get to like, you're not even to the back part of this cave yet. You're still feeling along like the left part of the wall or right part of the wall on the left side, whatever. And you see the shadow of this creature cast against the moonlight into this cave. And he's kind of like got his snake head peeking into the cave and like looking. He seems to squint his eyes. It's hard for him to tell what's going on in here. And I think that's going to be a good time.